do I find myself doing something over and over and over again? And it seemed to be my second nature. Appears I'm on a treadmill and there's no way out. That was the experience of this lady. She attended one of my seminars some years ago, and it was centered around NLP. And after the conference, she reached out to me and told me she wanted to have a one-on-one coaching rather than this general whole class seminar. And the very first day, she said, I would like to give you something that I've not given anyone else. Only my husband has seen that book, which was a diary where she'd written a lot of things about herself. I went through it, and then that was the first week, and then we continued with the coaching program. Apparently, she had found this pattern in her life that she couldn't start and finish anything. She cited several instances in that diary. It was something that was as though her second nature, it was a part of her. And then we started. I saw somebody who had so much energy, was spreading it out in several places. And because of that, she gets stuck at some point, and then the first one stops. She channels it on the other 3 or 4. The second one stops. And then that seems to have ripple effects on the other one. Then she stops everything, starts another set again. And then she saw the pattern over the years and felt, I think this is something natural to me that I can't start and finish anything. We ran through our sessions. And before the end of the session, she got her company registered. So we had a list of things to do, but the first one was to get a company, which was the priority from the exercises we did. This comes first. Get it started. And she said she had never had 100,000 naira at the time in her account ever before. Then she had never started anything and finished it or continued beyond a year. We got through the session. It was a 12 weeks program, and then I kept being in church. In fact, before the end of the first year, she had started the second program, which I was involved in as well. But the point I'm making here is this. On her first year anniversary, she reached out to me, thanking me. This is the first time she ever did this. And she told me how much she had made in that business. Second year, she reached out to me to tell me this is 2 years. Third year and fourth year, she reached out to me. This is our 4th year anniversary. That was years ago. And that company is still on. That business is still on. Guess what? The product she makes has been shipped to different countries in Africa, in Europe, in the US, and some provinces in Canada. Now, the second aspect of projects that she started out with was speaking. Now, when it's start a business, speak, and do multiple things, but then she couldn't find herself sustaining that. But we started out with that speaking career of a thing. I was invited somewhere to speak, and I was pleasantly surprised that one of the panelists was this lady. She had grown herself, developed herself. She could share her story, people could resonate and relate with them. And then she managed the business so much that she had this continuity, these customers and clients always coming and coming and coming. Looking at the contrast of somebody who feels I don't know how to start something and finish, and somebody who has started something, built it to a point where it's on almost autopilot, started the other thing and growing it and getting known. In fact, there was a time I was speaking to somebody in South Africa, and this person told me, let's wrap up this meeting because she's joining a virtual conference where she now mentioned the name of this lady as one of the speakers in that virtual conference in South Africa. The point I'm making here is this: regardless what it seemed to have been, a treadmill or a cycle where you found yourself in, well, you may call it pattern, you may call it habit, whatever it is, we've been able to manage cases. This is just one of the several cases we have handled and managed, and we have amazing stories and testimonials that have come from people's lives. I'm inviting you to join my one-on-one or group coaching, whichever one suits you. Let's hold your hand. I'll hold your hand, take you from where you're at to where you really want to be, because there's nothing literally impossible so long you're willing to pay the price and make the choice and take the step. I look forward to catching up with you.